Welcome to Halloween. Okay, so here we go with the first camp. Hello and welcome to a very special Halloween where I'm going to show you 5 different camps. It's well worth sticking around till the end. They're varied in design and by different people that were made before the Halloween pack comes out. So here we are, we're just coming over the bridge. This is down in Lake Reynolds in the Ash Heap. I think if you want that sort of spooky vibe, the Ash Heap or the Mire, they definitely give you that darkness and that feel. So yeah, here we go. We've also got a bit of smoke coming out here. The creepy vending machine and the cat. Pity I can't spray paint it black, but there we go. So yeah, you come in and there are things that are broken and just like, you know, slightly off. I'm trying to reach this sort of uncanny valley with this. It looks kind of like, but there's little things that, you know, just don't look right, like the bones and everything else, and to make you feel at ease or ill at ease. So yeah, we've got the obviously the lovely scarecrow. You can't really see, but there's deathclaw eggs over there next to the smoke machine. There's quite a few of the dark deathclaw eggs. Obviously using the cultist stuff, it works really well, as well on the nice flaming barbed sheep squatch club up there on the wall. A personal favourite of mine and a good weapon to use when I'm in power armour. Probably going to be dragging it out of the of hiding over Halloween. So if you do see me out there, old Dragonborn McQueen, as my kids say, because McQueen wouldn't fit on there. Yeah, hopefully be wielding the nice sheep squatch club. So this was based on a kind of abandoned observatory, and I got an idea inspired by Gemini Games. I mean, I don't know whether you're aware of Gemini Games. I'm trying to link a channel down below. So yeah, I had the sort of the artillery unit was set up like a telescope, and with the thing there, and that's why the roof was open. I just tried to keep it all old and dirty and kind of dishevelled and a little bit out of place in this design. Sadly, all these camps I think aren't here anymore. I think actually, no, Telelight, X-Line, Spaceheads, the very last one might be still up, and I think Riri Lino's camp is still up. So, but yeah, just having a look around, and that nice farm picture with the cornfields, you know, always good for a spooky setting. Farms are quite remote, and I guess people find that disconcerting. I also did a little bit about spooky locations briefly on the stream last night. We're going to be obviously streaming the upcoming Halloween event, and also another thing, check out King Fan Man. He's done quite a few videos about scary places around Appalachia and ghost stories and such like. It's all quite interesting research if you're into that sort of thing. Well worth a tale or two on Halloween, I think. But yeah, that's the end of this camp. Now we'll move on to the next one. It's dusk now, so perfect time to show you around. It doesn't look like much from the outside, but it's what's on the inside. The little Victorian lamp, purified water there. It says open. I really wish that creaked open and was a bit slower. And we've got a sort of reception desk. Kinda tells you what lies in between. All the radios set to classical radio, so it gives that sort of haunted vibe. Let's close the door. I notice the torches are there. I certainly wanted a certain vibe. and you have displays like this, which is why it's an amusement haunted house. I wanted them behind closed doors a lot of the time, just things you can flip open, and leads you up here into the gift store. Be like, is that it? Oh no, that's not it. So you've got the gift store, you've got your stations, which people do come to your camp for, and you've got a player living area. I'll quickly show you that. This is the living quarters. You've got the essential bits, a nice piano, a white spring picture, something a little bit more austere. I decided to put the chair next to the bed. I didn't want anything that screamed money. And then a nice ash heap view. It certainly suits being here. And then of course, past the vending bots, we come downstairs. Night of the Fisherman's Revenge. We've got a Halloween punch table, distilling brewery area. Okay, let's I didn't realise that was damaged. Some things got in and ruined my fun. Well, this, as you can see, is just looking a little creepy. Let's open it up. Proper electrical chair. Let it keep going till it breaks. Feel the power. And I've also got a searchlight on there. Yeah. I'll sit down so you see it in full effect. I was trying to get into third person view. This is inevitably what happens with it. They do break. And so I'll just run it one more time in third person mode so you can see it in full effect. It gets a nice little angle. Yeah, so you probably don't, if you're going to make one of these, you probably want to make the double version. Let's turn it off now, because if you have it going for too long, it breaks, and then you've got repair bill. Let's see if it just calms down now. This way I'm going to be collecting copper again. Then on with the tour. We come out here and we have this bit. I wish I had some lights on it, but yeah, it's scorched jarred in jars. I should have had some lighting in here. This one is a creepy Yaogwai thing, and it has a collection of interesting victims of the Yaogwai. And then finally we have this creepy bit. Surprised no one left me a note saying what the heck. And then you have the exit. Here we are with Scorpio's camp. So this is the location. Some of you might be very, very familiar with this location. It is quite near the start of the game, and it's where I went famously on my first stream. Well, I say famously, I talk about it a lot, so yeah. There is obviously the cultist stuff and a few raider type bits, just to show that something's a little bit out of place with this cottage. And yeah, I recorded it during the day, but we'll have a chance to have a look around, and you can see what he's done with the place. It sort of, I think, sits in that uncanny valley. Yeah, you probably heard something there, and you'll think, I think I know where he is. And yeah, going there on your first ever live stream was not fun. I can tell you that. Right, I think if they did more stuff like the cultist pack, I think their item store wouldn't have to be pay to win. But anyway, it's a story for another video. Here we go with the inside. Obviously still a few totems and things around that he's collected. I won't spoil the surprise because there's a plot twist in this camp build. You know, so not a fantastic, amazing plot twist, but it's a little bit of a good take on it, and it has a story, which is always good to have a story. Obviously the workbench area and crafting area, connected to the kitchen. There's also an upstairs. I think I do show you that at some point. Whether we go outside and then turn around and go back in, and probably know me. But yeah, the marooned rowboat and sort of the corner broken off there, and that all these little attentions to detail that make the build a bit more believable and a bit more enjoyable, and yeah, much more fun to visit. If everyone had camps like these, I'd be walking around and in my element all the time. There's Scorpio, and just popping in. Of course, the obligatory prince, and he's very silent at the moment. You'll be wondering why. Editing. That's why. But here we go with the upstairs. Lone Wanderer, which Fallout 4 mentioned really. Nice TV. Wish we could actually get something on the TV. The ever real problem, trees sticking through the camp, but I don't think it detracts from the build. If anything, it adds to it, so it's not a big issue. A functional bathroom with the punch bowl being used as a sink, which is a classic among many creators. I don't know quite who came up with that first of all, but we definitely all do enjoy doing that. So on to the outside, and this is where he stores his generators and things like these. He's got older style generators that are puffing out smoke, and I kind of like that when you're doing these kind of spooky builds or these rustic feels. Definitely add something to it. You can whack a future generator, but it looks too new and pristine. It looks good in a metal build, but not if you're going for this cabin in the woods type look. So this is a locked door. The code was actually on the building. You could put it in, but he left the back door open anyway, so you could just walk in. Because otherwise, if you lock it, people will just break the lock and stuff and become wanted. And so yeah, here we go. This is the room. This is the plot twist. And people will be like, oh, I noticed that on the right. Well, let's go have a look. Operating theatre, complete with tools of the trade. Yeah, and the door to come in and out. Some very interesting instruments to be used for acquiring said objects on display. Yeah, it's a scorched dissection unit, and that's probably where all the totems come from, and that's why he called the place the Totem Maker. I really like the lamp over the table there, and I kind of have an idea related to that, so I'll probably be doing that after Halloween, but we'll get on to that at another date. The all too familiar scream there, and I think I do a little pan around to show you exactly where he is, just to confirm we are by the Alpine River Cabins. I think that's it, Alpine River Cabins, or the Alpine Woods. But yeah, that's where we are. Where, the pictures spin, the ground shakes, there's screams, and ghouls run amok. I mean, should have been a place to have a Halloween event, but I suppose it's straight when you come from the vault. There's a massive Halloween event straight outside the vault. People would be, well, they'd have no room to protest, would they? So, yeah, one last little look around. And Scorpio working away as well. Well, that's me walking away. because we need to look at the camp and everything. Have a look around the outside in a bit more detail. So yeah, use of the torches on the side of sort of on the side of the water purifiers and that, and stuck to totems and that, I noticed to go around. I kind of like that aesthetic. It gives it a nice little twist. And there we go, the woods that are here, having a look around, where our friends and the spinning pictures live. But yeah, you've got the little water pump there, so it's quite a good location he picked next to the river, with having other facilities nearby, and obviously you can make full use of those. So we'll be moving on to the next camp right about now. Oh, and while we're doing this pan around, if you ever want us to design a camp, I'll just quickly mention now, if you want us to design a camp, or you want to show one of your camps, just let me know down in the comments or something, and I'll see if I can get round. You'll have to tell me your gamer tag, or obviously message me, or come to a live stream. Anyway, on to Riri's camp next. So here we are with Mothra Dam, which was made in good faith way before a tragic incident struck. So to the place it was inspired by. We move in. Obviously you've got the place to pray, a monument complete with mounted fireflies around the pillar, and the bowl is usually full of nuka shine, so be warned if you come across Riri's place. Or don't be warned and just have fun and kinda have a look around. So this is the sales department, the gift shop, and the place for magazines and ball heads and a bit of clout, and obviously crafting your ammo as well. Very important stuff to be done. So yeah, be sure to grab a gift. I think he tries to sell things themed towards the areas that he's in. I think that kind of little touch with your camps is kind of nice. I know he's got a space station one where he sells spacesuits and such like. But yeah, there we go. Yeah, we'll see Riri in a minute. You may have just caught a glimpse of him there. There's the Mothman statue, and a few other details. It is very dark in here, I'm afraid, but that's hopefully you can see enough. I can just about make it out on the screen at the moment. Yeah, decontamination arches, power armor, and all the essential crafting station units as well for the living area. Fusion generator. He did tell me that it took a lot of niggling just to get it just right and get everything in here, and it's reaching max budget, and that's probably because of the size of it. If you're trying to do an epically large build, you probably can't put that much detail inside, so you have to kind of balance the two, and yeah, it's not fun. Believe me, I've done big builds and I like super detailed. I like lots of clutter in my builds, so tend to not go for big. I also believe that the best things come in small packages. Yeah, and all that cliched. So Mr. Fuzzy Ride, of course, as well, which is essential. Yeah, I've not got it yet. I do want it, but yeah, not got it yet. And there we go. A few other bits that kind of fit in. Alien Blaster, Cultist Blade, and the Deathclaw Rug. Yeah, I've always thought that Deathclaw Rug looked a bit flat, personally, but and finally, X-Line Spacehead, or Vaughn as we know him. It says Happy Halloween outside, and I think he put a few Halloween things in. So this is very much like the haunted house type feel that I did, but his is a lot more interactive and really puts you in there. Paula and him spent ages to design this, so I tried and do my best to show all the spooky elements, and yes, they've added the As I recorded this fairly recently, there is some of the Halloween pack stuff used in here, but you don't necessarily need that. I was using the Scarecrow, Vault Boy, and things from the encrypted storyline, which I still think is one of the strongest storylines. There's a super scary thing, boo, in neon writing, just to catch you by surprise. Yeah, and all the spikes so you can walk round them, jump over and walk round, or however you get past. I think I got stuck because I was on their team. They didn't really affect me, thankfully. But yeah, some nice spooky wall decorations mounted. Yaoguai heads, fireflies, that sort of thing. And yeah, here's the smoke machine. I really do like the smoke machine. I've used it quite a bit in a few of my camps. And this with all the scarecrows. Something a bit straw, With a bit, yes. It's. I like it. I really like this. Trying to think of the film with Nicolas Cage in. Anyway, it kind of reminds me of that. I can't think of its name off the top of my head. But everyone's like, oh yeah, that one. You mean that one? The Wicker Man, was it? Possibly. Probably. Anyway, we got to here. This is another floor. I mean, his is 3 floors, and you've got a little bit of a Notre Dame feel, I suppose. A Repent church area. He's going to tell me off now and say it wasn't Notre Dame. It's just a place to repent your sins. But yeah, cultist stuff there. Obviously, the nice little pumpkins being used sparsely but effectively. And you have too many too confined space, they tend to ruin it. And then I think coming up here is the living quarters. Yeah, the final part. And the living quarters. And when you get to the end, you sort of well, you'll see what I mean when you get to the end. But yeah, a little living area in the mire, and obviously that's where you get the nice darkness and such like, and the beautiful frog I can't even speak. Frog calls. That's a bit of a mouthful. Yeah, in the background. The old disco balls being used well to give that lighting. And a gold nuclear winter tribute for our love of that side game. So yeah, and here is Linus Spacehead or Vaughn doing a bit on a little show. So that, I guess, brings us to the very last camp. I hope you enjoyed this so far, and it's been my real pleasure bringing you all this stuff. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. It's taken a long time to put this together, so share this around, put a like on it, and let people know about what we're up to on this channel. We live stream regularly, we're all here most of the time, and we're quite happy for you to come along and chat and discuss all things Fallout and Bethesda with us. I've been Dragonborn McQueen. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.